You have someone in your family who leaves you feeling drained, anxious, or on edge every single time you see them. If setting a boundary with that person makes you feel guilty, like you're being unloving or unchristian, I want to challenge that today. We're going to look at what constant conflict actually does to your body, what the Bible really says about protecting yourself, and a simple, practical way to hold a boundary without a blow up.
Here's what's happening physically every time you brace for another difficult interaction with this person. Your body doesn't know the difference between a real emergency and a tense family dynamic. It responds to both the same way. It activates your stress response system, releasing cortisol and putting your nervous system on high alert. That's fine for a one-time stressful moment. Your body recovers, but research on chronic repeated conflict shows something different happens when that stress response gets triggered over and over for months or years. It doesn't fully reset between episodes. Sustained stress like this has been linked to real physical costs, elevated inflammation, disrupted sleep, and wear on your body over time. So when you feel exhausted after being around a certain family member, that's not you being dramatic, and it's not a character flaw. That's a measurable physical response to a real pattern. Your body is telling you the truth, even when you've been taught to override it.
Before we go any further, if you're not sure where to even start setting a boundary with someone like this, the Boundary Pivot Worksheet is a simple place to begin, and you'll find the link in the description.
Maybe you've been taught that a good Christian doesn't set boundaries with family, that you're supposed to just endure it, forgive endlessly, and keep showing up no matter the cost. But look at Jesus' own life. Jesus regularly withdrew from crowds to be alone and pray. Luke 5:16 tells us that this was his pattern, not only a one-time thing. And when his own family showed up expecting access to him in Mark 3, he didn't simply drop everything to meet their expectations. He redefined who he considered family based on obedience to God, not just blood relation. Proverbs 4:23 tells us, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Guarding isn't the same as walling off, but it does mean paying attention to what you let in and how much access someone gets, especially someone who consistently causes harm. A boundary isn't a punishment you're handing out to someone. It's stewardship of the heart and life God has given you. Here's a simple, practical way to actually say it in the moment without over-explaining or getting pulled into an argument. State the boundary in one sentence. Not a paragraph, not a justification. One clear sentence. I'm not going to discuss that with you. I need us to lower our voices or I'm going to step away. Short sentences are much harder to argue with than long ones. Don't defend it. The moment you start explaining and re-explaining why, you've handed the conversation back to the other person to debate. You don't need their agreement for a boundary to be valid. Follow through calmly. If you said you'd step away, step away. The boundary only works if your actions match your words. That consistency is what actually protects your peace over time, not the strength of your argument in the moment. State it, don't defend it, follow through.
Protecting your peace around a difficult family member isn't unloving. It's wise stewardship of the heart and life God's given you. State the boundary, don't over-explain it, and follow through. If you want a simple tool to help you get started, the Boundary Pivot Worksheet is linked below. And if this helped, subscribe so you don't miss what's next. See you at the next pivot.